Let's go.
So tell me about yourself, your name and age, and a little bit about your background, please.
Good morning. My name is Omar Sise. I am a third year political science student at the University of the Gambia. I was born in 1974. So I attended high school. Basically, I did all my schooling in the Gambia, from primary school to high school, and up to teacher training college. After my teacher training program, I got employed with the ministry, Gambia's Ministry of Education, as a teacher teaching French in junior secondary schools in the Gambia. But I taught for only 2 years. Unfortunately, I developed a medical condition. Precisely, I had a spinal problem that kept me out of active service because I had to take treatment. It was a very complicated problem, very painful, and in fact it has left me partially paralyzed. But thank God, I am now on my feet, although still with some problems, because as you can see, I am still using crutches. Then after the big problem, when I got a little bit better, I decided that I have to go further my education. Because in this country, even if you are physically well, you are physically okay, it is a problem for you, much less if you are handicapped. So education can be a better tool, to empower yourself. So that's why I decided to go to university to get a degree in political science, so that I can better empower myself and be able to stand on my feet and realize my dreams.
And your dreams, what are they? What do you see in future?
First of all, I know that as a Gambian, I have to give back to my country, because definitely my country did a lot for me. Having educated me primary, up to high school, up to a teacher training. So definitely I also have to give back to my the younger generation. So by studying political science, I believe that I could get better employed. Whether it is self-employment or whether I get employed by somebody, then I will be able to help, my country in that way, either by being a teacher or working for government. Of course, it is not bad to go work for government, or working for non-governmental organizations and even humanitarian organizations. In that way, I can realize my dreams, because what is important for me is to serve my country, to give back to my country, and I can do that, through all, these ways, by being a teacher, by being a government employer, by being a public social worker. Through all these ways I can give back to my country. And secondly, I will also be able to, since I am the eldest child in my family, I can also help my family. Because remember, I have been brought up by a single parent, because my father died when I was 18 years. Okay, so I've been with my mother and my little siblings. So being the eldest, I also have to help them. And I can only do that when I am better educated and better get a good job. And then I will not be I should not also, and that will also help me not to be as a physically disabled, not to depend on people, because in the Gambia a lot of physically disabled people depend on other people, for their livelihood. I don't want that. I want to depend on myself. and probably even help others. Yes.
It's wonderful to hear. Could you tell me a bit about your family?
Yeah. Okay, my family is a typical African family. In Africa, the Gambia is not the least important. You know, there is what we call polygamous marriage, where fathers used to marry a lot of women. So my father also married 2 wives. By the time my father died, he had 2 wives and a lot of children. Okay. So it is very difficult when he is not there, when the head of the family is not there. It is very difficult for somebody who takes over to take care of the family, especially in view of the fact that the children are not of the same mother. Okay. So you have to, everybody has to stand firm to make sure that you do the best, you know, for your own part of the family, that is the people whom you are of the same mother, and the other family also will try to do the same, you know, for themselves, and that brings rivalry and competition. You have to, one of the best ways, you know, to survive that competition or to succeed or that rivalry is through education. Yeah, so that's why I am still insistent on getting myself educated and my little siblings. Yeah.
And why do you apply for this scholarship?
Yeah, I applied for the scholarship simply because, number one, I could not secure government scholarship, and number two, as I said, my family background is not strong. It's not at all because strong, you know, pay for a university for me. Yeah, because my father died a poor man, and then we right now we are struggling. My mother and myself and my extended family, we are definitely struggling. For us, what is important right now is how to survive. That is, food and shelter is the most important thing, is the primary thing, you know. So somebody who is even struggling to get those, to meet those needs, you know, does not, you know, think of university paying university tuition fees. Yeah, so that is why I want this scholarship, you know, because I definitely need help, assistance to get this degree. If I could do it on my own, if I could have paid it on for myself, perhaps I would have even finished the program by now. But the reason why I'm still, doing the program is because I had problems, you know, paying for myself. I did not have scholarship, so I had to defer 3 semesters. Yeah. When I started university, I did 3 semesters. After those 3 semesters, I could not continue because there was no scholarship, there was no money, so I had to defer and then come back again. That's why I'm still here. But otherwise, I would have finished. Yeah. So that's why I need this scholarship so that I can complete it now. Yeah.